tired of the thought of working for 40 years and at the end of the 40 years having nothing to show for it. I had a conversation with a recruit. I'm not doing the cash flow. I had a conversation with a recruit, okay? And it dawned on me when I was talking about the people start working at 20 and they stop working at 65. That's 45 years of work. I said that's the same time frame that some people go to prison for. So, and I said, what do employees have to show for the most part after 45 years of work? About the same as much as someone that just got home from doing a 45-year sentence. Not much. Not much. So, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old Josh is tired of the thought of having nothing at the end of his work life to pass down to his children. And so he starts to consider business opportunities. And he finds out about Bob the broker, if you could put Bob real quick above Remax, and Fred the franchise owner. Bob and Fred. So Josh, like the maniac he is, goes up to Fred and says, Fred, I'd like to buy you lunch sometime so that I can learn a little bit about how you make your millions. Because you're always on the golf course. You always have all this time. You have all these nice cars. You're chasing your wife around the house all day long. It's like you never work. I want to be like you, Fred. So I go out to lunch and I start picking Fred's brain. And I tell Fred, hey, before you really give me your advice, Fred, I just want to let you know I'm willing to do everything you tell me to do, but I'm not going to recruit anybody into my McDonald's franchise. If you told Fred, the franchisor, that, what in the world would he say to you? You're not going to recruit anyone. What are you, loony? What are you, crazy? You're not going to recruit anybody. How do you think I have all this time? Who do you think sells the French fries? Good Lord, I'm mixing French fries and franchise. Who do you think manages the employees? Who do you think makes sure they show up to each and every shift? It's not me. Get out of here. Okay, so that lunch meeting didn't go very well with Fred. So you go to Bob. Bob, I got to learn from you how you make your millions. You got to tell me how you have all this time, freedom, and all this money, freedom. How are you always traveling to all these resorts and stuff? I just opened my first Remax firm, and I can't wait to hear your advice, Bob. But just before you tell me how it's done, I want to let you know this year, I'm not going to recruit anyone. And if I just so happen to accidentally recruit someone, I'm definitely not going to license them. If Bob heard that from your lips, what would he say to you? He would look around and look for cameras to see if he's on You Just Got Punked, because he couldn't believe there's somebody this stupid in front of them. How do you think I sell 1,000 houses a year? And I'm never there. How do you think I have all this time and freedom? You're not going to recruit anybody? What are you, crazy? And what's interesting is Jeff Brooks, I'm just going to use you as an example, Jeff. Jeff Brooks, after he gets out of his job, clocks out, goes to happy hour with all of his buddies that are employees. He goes to them and says, guys, I just found the best thing since sliced bread. I can't even believe how much money I'm going to make, how much freedom I'm going to have. We're going to own so many locations up and down the East Coast. It's going to be great. We're going to travel everywhere, and they're going to look at Jeff. They're going to be like, whoa, 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 slow down, Turbo. Listen, just go focus on your job, buddy. Just go focus on getting your promotion, play it safe, and everything will be all right. What are you? And they're going to say, what are you, crazy? You're going to quit your job? What are you, crazy? So what I found in regards to recruiting is, you know, the people on the left, if you come to a fork in the road, the people on the left are going to talk trash about you. The people on the right are going to talk trash about you. And if you stay in the middle, both sides will call you lazy and indecisive. So what I figured is, let's go towards the route of the people that have the most money, the most time, the most happiness, the most options, and just pay me the money. The rest of the people can call me whatever they feel like calling me. And make a decision to become a recruiter, regardless of what everyone else thinks. Because if you don't, you will be in any and every organization of which you decide to be employed at the bottom of the pyramid. If you guys want to call this a pyramid scheme, I don't mind. I just rather be at the top of the quote unquote pyramid. And that's our chat on recruiting and internalizing the mentality today. We're going to transition a little bit into some objections. And Shondel's going to dive a little deeper into that. I hope this was helpful today, guys. Let's double-digit recruit and have a standard to never drop below that minimum. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh, for that training. It was unbelievable. If you guys ever want to learn how he is able to speak like that, start listening to a bunch of recruiting audios, right? He is a self-improvement junkie. Any audio that he listens to, on the back, he can repeat it back to you guys. So that's where he learns how to get this information, guys, and you got to make sure you're doing that on a regular basis. But as far as recruiting goes, right, people always have objections all the time, probably the more so on the recruiting side, outside of doing appointments and client objections. I know that there's usually probably 3 to 4 objections that you'll get in an appointment. But when recruiting comes up, there's usually a lot of things that people like to ask. So we're just going to open it up, guys, and just you guys can post in the chat if there's any objections that you guys have maybe getting. And if you guys just want, we can answer them as far as how we go through them. So we're going to open it up. I'm going to stop sharing the screen so we can see everybody.
We should preface this by saying there is no substitute for volume and quantity. Meaning, you know, you can get a million objections. There's no substitute for volume and quantity of seeds planted, people you speak to.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, I can't see the chat. Okay, so this is the recruiting training. So what objections are you guys getting? Okay, being too busy. All right, so Jeff, somebody's like, oh, I'm super, super busy. I don't really know if I can add anything right now. Okay.
Right,
awesome.
right.
So In that situation, I really just, there's a couple different ways that you can ask it. So I know like an immediate go-to is, well, how much time do you think you would need? So, hey, I don't even know if I can add that to my schedule. So Jeff, how much time do you think you would need?
I don't know, like 10 hours a week
10 hours a week
or something.
Okay. So if it was less than 10 hours and you can double what you would make in that same 10 hours at your job, would you consider it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, awesome. So that, I mean, that's one way. A lot of times people are thinking that they're going to have to work another 20, 30 hours, but they don't. And even if somebody is a silent partner, that's my go-to. If somebody doesn't have a lot of time, hey, you think you can just get a license and refer somebody and make 200 to 500 bucks every time we help the person become a client, right? So that's usually what I say. I don't know if you say anything else as far as time, Josh.
Dude, I'm super protective of especially my people and everyone in the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I want to get to Sarah's, man. That's hilarious. Jeff,
People say they like their job.
I'll say this. I would encourage every single person on this call to learn how to play chess. Shaq and I play chess frequently. I've beat him once, and he's really good, hence his income. Okay. Chess is the thing about chess is one little piece, just the most insignificant piece moved can completely change the structure of the game in the type of options you have. One pawn moving it could change a million strategies. So it's like there's a lot of different ways that you can attack an objection. It's not a different answer. It's just how you deliver that answer could be different. So Chanel goes, how much time do you think you need? Okay, that's one way to attack that objection. It's not a different answer, but it's from a different angle. You know, someone goes, I don't have a lot of time. Okay. How many hours a week do you work right now? What else do you do what other obligations do you have outside of your job? Is 10 hours a week a lot of time? Is 10 hours in a week a lot of time to you in general? If you were able to make your own schedule, would you ever schedule yourself in a way that conflicts with your job? Would you do that to yourself? No, you wouldn't do that to yourself. So help me understand how time could be a challenge when you would make your own schedule. You see, like, there's different ways to attack it, different angles, but time, if someone like, they're either going to do it or they're not going to do it. They will make excuses or they will make it happen. You know, I mean, there's no substitute for volume. I'll give it one shot. I'll give it two shots, maybe even three strikes. You're out next. But you got to be like immovable in your overcoming of objections. Like, I'm not taking your excuses. I'm just not. You're either gonna say something dumb in the form of an excuse, or we're gonna overcome it and move forward. So Sarah, okay, you want to go over Sarah's?
So people say they like their jobs, or the how dare you on LinkedIn?
Yeah, how about you? I'll go over how dare you.
Okay. People like their jobs. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so if somebody says that they like their job, hey, that's awesome, Sarah. I would never ask you to leave something that you love to do. All I'm asking is that if you are able to make extra money in addition to that at no risk, would you be open to exploring it? That's there. I mean, I don't ever ask somebody to leave their job to come here. Most people start part-time. So
That's pretty much what I said, but I didn't get a response about it. So
it's all good.
There's gonna be a point. There's gonna be a point, guys, where and I know Dante can attest to this too. Like, there's gonna be a point where, like, you will have heard enough of overcoming objections, and you may be like, you hit up your RVP. You're like, Dante, what could I have said? And Dante is like, nothing. Like, you said exactly what you were supposed to say. That was just not the right person. So go talk to another one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So in regards to how dare you, how dare I, how dare I, it's just like, you don't, that's just not, there's no objection there. Like there's nothing to overcome there. But like, I just want to make sure everyone protects their own mind, because again, you come to that is a fork in the road. How dare you? That's the fork in the road. You can listen to the how dare you, or you can just follow who's making money and listen to them, because whatever these people say, how dare you, it's a pyramid scheme. It's it's unlikely, what's the word, unrealistic, blah 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 blah. None of that pays your bills, none of that furthers your business. So just don't let any of it boggle your mind down. That's it.
I deleted it, but I think it slowed me down a little bit, I think too.
Yeah.
I probably let it do that, but it did.
No.
On LinkedIn anyway. I was just like, maybe this is not, I don't know.
This is what you do when you get that. When anyone gets stupid stuff like that on any social media platform or face to face, this is what you do. Do more of it right there in that second. Do more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of my face. Next. And then next. If somebody has something stupid to say to you, get out of my face. Next. Not to be confrontational. Not to be confrontational, but you are doing something good. What her name was D? Like, I'm pretty sure D, as a regional leader, has heard stupid stuff from other people's mouth regarding business. But imagine if she got slowed down to the point to where she didn't open her mouth for this person. Can you imagine that? $700,000 would never have been delivered. We don't care what anyone has to say about the good things we're doing for society.
Think about it this way too, Sarah. Like, how often do we get emails every single day from people that we don't know that are reaching out, right? Like, as soon as I got licensed and Mike got licensed, it's like every freaking insurance company starts emailing you.
I've been getting that
to talk to them. Exactly, right?
How dare they?
Happens.
It happens. I never responded.
How dare they?
I just was like, wow, and that was pretty much it. But yeah.
So I mean, everybody does it. Like, I get messages from people like, hey, I saw that you played soccer. I'm in healthcare and fitness. Do you want to talk to me? It's like, people do it all the time. So don't feel bad about what you're doing, girl. Everybody's doing it.
Cool.
I was gonna say something. So you know how like all those companies that send you junk mail in the mail and everything, like think about how much money they spend on all of that, and most people just throw it in the trash and everything.
Right.
But some people do sign up. So if at least one person or a few people sign up, they still see it as worth it. like parents tell their kids, like, you fall off the chair or you fall off your bike or something. Well, you don't just stay on the ground, you get back up and try it again, and I also think that a lot of people are just afraid of being doers, and they're just lazy. Like, laziness is a great American pastime. How can I get the most without doing, anything?
How can I sit here long?
and so yeah, it's just like, everyone around you is telling you, oh, that's a pyramid scheme, or it doesn't actually work and everything. But when you're actually seeing results, it's like, well, I mean, they'll see me one day and they'll be like, oh, that's how you got so rich or something.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'd like to end, because though I love our Clubhouse, if anyone's ever actually been on the Clubhouse app, dude, depending on which ones you're in, so valuable. I mean, people within Primerica are on those big people. But I don't want to just, not leave with action steps. As we close, we have Jada, thanks for introducing me to that. As we leave to close out our month of April, the first month of the second quarter, you may or may not like where you are at this present moment. Clubhouse is this is what the app looks like. Dante, it's a little blurry, and I'll send it to you. I'll actually send it to you, but it's a platform where, like, people can, there's no face. It's it's almost like a phone call with, like, a conference call, except several different people can be chiming in at once, and you could leave and go to different clubhouses. And they designed it almost like in a school, you have hallways, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go into this clubhouse or room, this clubhouse, and when you leave one room, now you're in the hallway. But there's different topics for different things: money, business, Black Lives Matter, Jesus, Ramadan, reading, chess, everything. And I just decided to follow people that talk about money a lot and other stuff. But it's so valuable, man. Like, Ian Pruckner's on there, Jake Frugier, like, they just light it freaking up. And so that's what you have to. So that's what Clubhouse is. Action steps, though. Even if you don't know don't like where you presently are numbers wise, if this were a football game and you were down and it's the second half, I was taught to truly believe, that the first half is it didn't even happen. Like, it doesn't even exist going into the second half. It's a totally different new beginning, as is this week. So over the next 7 days, this is what I challenge folks to do. Win the day. Write this down. Everyone write this down. Do one of the 3 following things in a day. Get a life insurance sale, a recruit or a license. Do one of those 3 things, or 2 of the following things. 2 of the following things. Set 2 QAs. Do 1 QA. Set 5 recruiting appointments. Do 2 recruiting appointments, or get 10 new contacts. I told Sarah this yesterday. If you get 10 new contacts a day for 21 straight days, not Monday, none on Tuesday, some on Wednesday, and 10 on Thursday. 10 for 21 straight days, including Saturday and Sunday. It's impossible for your business to not pick up. Do you hear me? Get 10 new contacts at minimum for 21 straight days. Do one of the 3 on top, 2 of the 5 on the bottom. That's how you win the day. And that's how you transform your business. I challenge everyone to at least do one of these every single day from now until next training. And I'm actually gonna take a picture on, if you can exit, I'm gonna take a picture on who's on today and see who did and track it every single day. I won the day, and here's how I won the day. Track it, write it down. And I'm gonna ask everyone who actually did it. And if you did it, make sure your RVP buys you lunch. All right.